Namaskar. Welcome to Moscow. This is one of my favorite cities. It is the biggest city in the continent of Europe, and it is very powerful. All the economic, intellectual power of Russia is concentrated here. So you can feel that energy, you can feel the dynamism, you can feel the aspirations of the people. It is very happy. I can always feel that there is a lot of optimism, there is a lot of, the vitality, the spirit here. I love this city very much. I think by now you have figured out that I'm from Russia due to my accent. But I was not born in Moscow. I am 3,000 kilometers away from here in the place called Siberia. You might be wondering, oh, Siberia, really? Some people are living there? Yes, many people are living there. It is also very beautiful, very natural, and I'm village boy. I'm a village boy. But I love Moscow very much. They say in Russian, Москва, как много в этом звуке для сердца русского слилось, как много в нем отозвалось. It means Moscow, how much in this sound, how much this sound means for the Russian heart. So when I'm here, I'm really enjoying, because this is it's truly the capital of Russia. It embodies the Russia. And I'm standing in the place which is called Воробьевы горы. It's a kind of mountain, it's a kind of precipice. There is the Moscow River. And then you can see, you can observe, it's like an observation spot. You can observe all of the Moscow. And historically, many conquerors came to invade and to capture and to own this city, this big empire. And Napoleon has tried, and the Mongol invaders has tried, and some succeeded, but then eventually they were repelled and they went back. And I just can imagine, let's say you're the king, you're the conqueror, and you're standing here, and before you, in front of you, there is this city of your dream, and you are about to try with your, army. You're there. I think the heart is just beating like this, tuk, 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 tuk. And you are going to try. I think, this is the spot. So you can observe. That is the Moscow city. It's something new. They're building skyscrapers. Later on we are going to go there. I'm going to show you that Moscow city also. And then there, it is one of the skyscrapers which was made in Soviet times. This particular building is the building of the Moscow State University. It's the most prestigious university of Russia. And it was built in such a way that everything is there. You don't have to go out of. It's like a microcosm. Everything is inside. You can buy whatever you need. You can, be there. And it's a beautiful, beautiful building. 7 of those were constructed during the Stalin time, Soviet time. And still, I think those are one of the most beautiful buildings in Moscow. Really, they had some taste in those days. There is a proper sense of proportion, and it is very inspiring, it's very uplifting. I like that. So let's go see something else. So this is called Moscow City. Tall buildings, skyscrapers. I love tall buildings. I would like to live on the top of the of the tallest buildings in the building of the world. Russia is very, very big, so there is no any economic sense in building the skyscrapers, the tall buildings. But Moscow is totally different story. The land here is so expensive, so it is becoming very economically viable. It is actually very profitable to build this kind of buildings, and more of those are coming in the near future. It's like we have the part of, is a sort of Shanghai or Hong Kong right there in the middle of the Moscow. And it is very expensive. If you want to rent an apartment in the Moscow city, the small apartment, 40 square meters, will cost you at least $3,000 per month. And if you want to buy an apartment, it is going to be $1.3 million. Big money for Russia, but also beautiful buildings. And I like the scenery, the Moscow River. Yeah, look at that beautiful river. You know, when I look at the rivers, I really feel they are almost like entities, living creatures. Many times I feel, when I look at the river, I feel love. I love that thing. I love that. Actually, everything is like that. When I look at the trees, I also love them. And when I look at the rivers, I love them. And the clouds and the sky. Let's go somewhere else. We are in the Red Square. It is the heart of Moscow, and it is the heart of Russia. It is a very sentimental place for us. Before, it was not so very significant in the beginning. It was just like a wasteland. It was nothing here. It is a Kremlin. That the actual city is there behind the walls, and those walls is a massive construction. You know, the military nature. If somebody is going to come and attack the city, then there will be many people with the arrows and with the bows, and they are going to repel the attackers. And this place was very empty, and then after some time it has become a place of trade, place of the commerce, and it is called Red Square. Red means one of the version is that red is equivalent to beautiful, because in Russian krasnaya and krasivaya is a similar sound. And another version is that there was a lots of kind of kiosks and lots of trade of the red material, some red clothes they were selling, and it has become Red Square because of that. And for 2 centuries it was a place of trade and commerce, and all life was going on here. And there is something which is called, like, I don't know how to translate. It is a significant spot when all the, you know, the orders of the king, of the Tsar would be announced, and sometimes, occasionally, not all the time, people believe that that was the place of execution, but it was sometimes, occasionally, people would be executed. But most of the time it was the actually good place where the important news were announced to the population, to the public. Yeah, and then during the Soviet time, military parades were done here. Even now it is going on. And also this mausoleum of the Lenin, which is the leader of the communist revolution in Russia. They were, you know, they didn't want to say goodbye to him, so they put him inside, and he's still there. And though it's less significant, but before, in the Soviet time, it was just like a pilgrimage place. It was almost religious. Yeah, it's a beautiful historical spot. And that tower, this is the main clock of the country. It's normally the president will address the public with the backdrop of that tower. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the famous Red Square. And now, when we are passing nearby the church, I just remembered one thing. In the past, Russia was a deeply religious country. People were very, very Christian, and the influence of that Christian life is still very much felt in today's society, in the culture. And I just remembered there was this German poet, Rainer Maria Rilke. He came to Russia, and he participated in the celebration of the Easter, and then he got some deep spiritual experiences, and then he came later on many times to Russia, and his poetry is very much influenced by that experience that he has got here. Yeah, the government of the city gives a great care to Moscow. They invest lots of money into renovation, into decoration. You can see this, you know, it's beautiful. Illumination, especially in the night, it's very beautiful to see. It's very nice. First time I came to Moscow as a child, I think something like 8 years old or 10 years old, and those days Moscow was very well, as it is now. Moscow was very well taken care of, and I came from the province, and it was just like coming into another universe. A childhood memory. I was eating this ice cream with the chocolate, the ice cream which is dipped in the chocolate. It's called Eskimo. That was a very highlight of my journey to Moscow. I also feel very much that there is a deep subterranean current of spirituality here. It's like during the communist time they tried to totally uproot, eradicate the influence of religion from the society, but still spirituality is running just like a subterranean river. You cannot get rid of it. And it is beautiful. It is very, I feel it is very important part of the Russian culture.